Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and seems like you guys are really liking the Best of Tier 10 video series. And next up, by request, is going to be the bombers. So I've kind of been alternating between, dogfighty type, traditional aircraft, and then with these ground attackers and now bombers. This is the Su-10. It is not my pick for easiest to fly or best Tier 10, but I do think the Su-10 is a very powerful aircraft once you've mastered its playstyle. It has kind of like a pseudo dive bombing playstyle. You guys can check out some of my previous vids to see how I usually operate this thing. And it has an incredibly powerful tail gunner. If you see just here with the defensive armament, you do have overlapping fire from the tail gunner. And then if somebody's kind of above your plane in the upper plane, you can actually get the other set of 20s on target, giving you a cumulative damage of nearly 400 damage per second. And with the range that I'm able to engage aircraft, it's pretty staggering with this tail gunner, and you can wipe out a lot of threats very easily. And don't be deceived just by the 364 damage per second number, because that isn't like potential damage, that is actual damage, because unlike your forward firing guns where you really got to get all the guns to consistently hit, these are essentially auto aims. And you guys go to manual aim, the tail gunner is automatically locking onto the target, so you're getting much closer to that true damage potential, and it's just much more effective than somebody who's got to get those guns on target. So with a little bit of wiggling, you can kind of upset the balance a little bit, and usually if you're not killing the target chasing you, you're making them regret ever doing it, because you probably destroyed multiple modules and left them with a fraction of their health, even when it's a heavy. Now, with that said, the Su-10 has a larger bomb payload, a total of 8, with a really good damage output. But let's bring up the true winner for today for the easiest to fly, and that's going to be the EF-131. And much like when we talked about the XF-90 yesterday, the altitude's really what's going to set this thing apart, because it's going to be able to operate at a higher altitude threshold, and that means that it can limit the amount of aircraft that are able to engage it. It has much better airspeed, and the 4 bombs it does carry, because it only carries 4, while they have less cumulative damage, like a Su-10 has a better potential for doing a single pass capture, the EF-131's bombs, all they got to do is hit within a country mile of the target you're trying to hit, and it's just such a huge bomb. It is the biggest bomb in the game. It's a 1,000-kilogram bomb. That's essentially like a 2,000-pound bomb. That's a metric ton we're talking about right here, and this thing is a monster. That means that you're looking at cumulative damage is only about 48,000, but when you add in the fact that it has a 50-second reload opposed to a 70-second, it can influence quite a bit. So we're going to take out the EF-131, and we're going to try to execute some of Prenslau's suggestions of hitting multiple targets with a single bomb because the blast radius is so large. We'll see how that plays out for us. We are running this thing with a demo expert. We also have Eagle-Eyed and Cruise Flight on here. I've mentioned that I think that the Demo Expert is a must for any type of ground attack primary aircraft. Cruise Flight is nice for being able to get you between zones when you're not actually attacking anything. Eagle-Eye, this is an interesting one, and I got this from some other bomber pilots as well. The idea of being an airborne battleman, the ability to use your F2 and your F3 and F4 commands to get bots to focus certain areas and pinging the map to try and get your allies to do things in order to get to a victory on the battle. And Eagle-Eye will give you some good detection range, and if I had the skill points, I would want to go with Vigilance on this guy as well, but I'll take the bump that I'm getting just from Eagle-Eye to be able to see more of the battlefield, so that way I can tell my allies, hey, there's a guy over here, maybe should be targeting him, and controlling the sectors, because I got a 50-second reload, so what am I going to be doing during that time anyways? Might as well be the guy that's queuing up targets. I went a little silly with the tail gunner. You could easily throw in quick reflexes and defensive fire if you wanted, but I kind of went all in on hitting targets at range, because if I'm at a higher altitude and a low altitude aircraft decides that it's going to try and come up and get me, not only am I engaging them at a longer range, but I'm also going to be putting them in a bad energy state anyways, so I will get more time on target than they will on me, and that's the objective we're trying to get to. And since this thing is so high and so fast, it typically ends up with aircraft trailing behind it. But without any further ado, I'll talk to you guys as soon as we get the back. Alright guys, so this is kind of fitting. We are actually going up against Wogster, and Wogster is also in an EF-131, except he's specialized, so we'll see how this plays out. And of course, we're talking about flying tier 10s. We're going over the best of, but there just isn't enough people up here playing them usually, so the queues are a little bit longer and the teams are relatively thin. This is Saturday night, by the way, so it's about 8 o'clock Eastern time, maybe 8:10, but yeah, it is what it is. So we're going to beeline right over to the command center over here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and throw the F2 on there. Is that F2? F2, yeah. And I don't even know what buttons I'm hitting half the time. So I'm going to drop 2 bombs here in this center section. Blast radius should be enough. Slowing down just a little bit. Oh, I hope I dropped that right. It was about a half second late. Let's pull around. See what this does. Oh, not enough. I may have just fed it to the enemy here. Yeah, we got 50 seconds on the reload. Let's see what we can do here. 26, 27. Where's Wogster? He's got to be hitting that other mine. Oh no, he's here. 15 seconds. What zones do we even have left? The mid is gone. He's bombing that sector. Oof. Really screwed the pooch on this one, guys. And he's about to get that small armored ground target. Alright, we're going to their mine. We might be waiting for a while for this place to open up. Where did he go? F2. We gotta get a bomber or something over here. Oh no! Wasn't paying attention. May have just cost myself a bit of a situation here. There's that long-range tail gunner giving us a little bit more survivability. Wogster. We're gonna dip the nose and try and get some velocity here. Maybe we'll be able to sneak in here and get his target. Hopefully. Still got a single bomb left. I'm hoping I'm stealing a bunch of his targets that he just dropped on, so his bombs become less effective. Yep. I think we may have. Yeah, we stole it. Stole it. Now we'll use this reload time and start blitzing over here. Continue to F2 my enemy. So I think one of the issues I'm running into here is people talk about this a lot, and maybe it's just taking me too long to realize it, but there's a slight delay from when you hit the bomb drop to when the bomb actually is released from the aircraft. Get out of here. I don't want any. Oh. Okay, we made him break off. Good, good, good. Bombs will be up in 10 seconds. We're gonna take kind of a roundabout turn here. I could be staying at higher altitude and being safe, but playing a little bit fast and loose with this one. Bombs up. Drop slightly early. Drop slightly early. No time for drop early on that one. Oh, we got him. He's back again. No, 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 no. It's something else, though. Oh, he got me with rockets. Ah, jeez. At least we're close over here on this one, so maybe we can make that work for us. We are still beating Wogster on personal points, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything right now. Vincent. Again, I said it. I was not flying at the proper altitudes. I could have been flying much higher. I did dip the nose because I wanted to get that acceleration to be able to catch up to what Wogster was trying to do over at that mine. We have a single bomb left. I'm going to see what I can do here. Do a quick drop on a target. Is there even anything left? There's this ground target right front of me here. Not gonna get that one. We're gonna drop on this target, and then we're gonna leave. Might have been a little late on that one. We'll see. We will see. Oh, actually Vinzen's is pretty low on health right now. Can we do something slightly cheeky with him? We know he launched his rockets a second ago. Can I coax him into getting behind me so that way I can throw the tail gunner at him? That's what I think we could end up doing here. This is where the range of the guns comes into play. Yep, he's gone. Hoping he'd stick around a little bit. Alright. Alright. Oh, do we have did they just pop back up again? The mid just popped back up. Doing a very aggressive maneuver here. Trying to do an inverted turn. Okay, we're gonna do a triple drop here. I see you. I was hoping you'd come back for me. Tail gunner! Oh, we got him at range. Nice. But they picked up the mine. Alright. Heading back over. Game's not lost yet. That failed run in the beginning really cost us. Where you at? There you are. Long range guns. Maybe making things a little bit easier for my brethren. Still not reloaded, 17 seconds.
Hang in there. You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again, support will not be available.
Oh no. They're both here. Alright. Falling away. Getting the reload started. Guys picked up some more zones. That's good. But I got trouble over here. So, in interest of survivability, we are actually gonna just keep pressing right now, even though these guys are definitely closing on me. Hopefully... man. Okay. Almost got the zone. Jeez. Can't say we're not trying. It looks like this might be a 3-bomb zone, and there's not much we can really do about that. Guns are already on at this range. Try and maintain the distance. Oh, he's using rockets. We got his engine, that'll keep him at distance maybe. His pilot's out. Wing Legend. Not quite enough though. Looks like our guys are making good effort on the mine. But that doesn't do me much good when I'm getting chased pretty hard right now. Alright, let's see here. Dipping the nose. Calling for assistance. Now, as Su-10, I wouldn't have been as afraid. I probably would have been able to rip him up with the tail gunner, but again, that isn't the point. We're talking about ease of use. Okay, he has been deterred. For the time being, at least. Not the best drops here. Oh well. Throw up the GG. He just barely scraped it by, so I'm gonna have to give him. I'm gonna have to hats off to Wogster here. Not sure what happened in the beginning there. On his side, I thought he probably would have picked up that mine fairly quick after my failed drop, but I thought we were holding it together a little bit. It's been a while since I've flown this plane, and I think specializing it, you'll be able to get more oomph out of the bombs because you can roll for potentially increasing the damage rate. Alright, so we lost, but you know what? That's totally fine. We did fairly well for ourselves. We were going up against the specialized EF-131 and a fairly decent pilot, so not making excuses, just is what it is, I guess. Now, one of the places where we really fell short is being able to take out those special targets. I thought I might have been able to stretch the blast radius of those 2 bombs, but memory serves, you need to drop all 3 on that special site. I'm sure somebody's going to post down in the comment where you need to be aiming, and hopefully they do, so that way I can learn and get a little bit better. But you can potentially, when you're specialized, get a little bit more damage out of this thing. I'm not sure I'll even be able to hit that spot right there. Here, I'll pull up my IL-20 real quick because I know that that slot's available. But if you were to decide to go with the bomb site, sacrifice a little bit of reload speed, the bomb site has the ability to... where is it? There we go. You can see what I can roll for here. And the first thing you can roll for is damage inflicted by bombs, 5%. And then you can also get another damage inflicted by bombs, 5%. And you can even roll for reload speed for the final portion for an ultimate piece of gear, which will allow you to be able to kind of undo some of the increased reload that you would get for equipping this to begin with. And by increasing that damage, potentially you could take out with 2 bombs that central site. And maybe that's what Wogster was doing. I don't know what his loadout is. But there's also another argument that could be made for just going for faster reload with the strengthened hard points as well. So it really just depends on what ends up working out well for you or what you think is the best move. But for me, I think I'm probably going to end up trying that bomb site just to get that spread a little bit more from just the overall damage output, because the blast radius is pretty huge. So I don't think that that's the issue. I just don't think there's enough oomph in the payload to be able to take out that whole central structure. Again, post in the comments if I'm wrong. So what have we learned about the EF-131? Well, the EF-131, unless you're going up against another competent bomber or getting chased by heavies, you have the ability to get around the battlefield very quickly. You're up at higher altitudes, so really heavies are the only thing you're truly worried about. And you can just do your job. Like, you leave me alone. I'm just going to drop bombs. The EF-131 can definitely do that. So why do I say it's the best tier 10 bomber aircraft? It's the best tier 10 bomber aircraft because it's easy to use. Now with the Su-10, I oftentimes have to put myself in dangerous situations. I'm getting a little bit lower. I'm using that tail gunner to get that final little bit of capture points. That way I only have to drop 4 of my 8 bombs so I can get 2 zones in a pass. But the point being, or 2 zones before I have to reload. But the point being is that's a lot more complicated. While the EF-131 is more of what you've already become used to with the German bombers. They sacrifice hit points, they sacrifice resiliency, and they sacrifice maneuverability in order to give you a good payload, higher altitude, higher airspeeds. And that's really the German flavor. So even coming up, going through the Ju-288s to the 287, you're going to find that it's a very similar play style. Just the bomb capacity changes a little bit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed taking a look at this video. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward. Always getting closer, marching to the top.